Hey, welcome back. It's producer Jaime. Welcome to the show. Season 3 is gearing up and I couldn't be more excited. Okay, first of all, let me just say hello and thank you so much for your patience. Like, I know you have been waiting a while for content from me. And so thank you for your patience. But season 3 is in effect and here we go. So I'm your host, producer Jaime, and I'm going to be bringing you the show Podcasting Your Brand. Why? Because these are practical tips to help you better podcast your brand. And I want to first start this episode. This is kind of, it's like an intro episode for season 3, because it's going to be a sizzle reel of tips. So one of the things that I've been doing lately, this is your first kind of sneak preview of your first update. One of the things that I've been starting to do lately is giving a daily tip every single day. Monday through Friday on Instagram and TikTok. So you're going to hear a few of those shared after my updates today. But that's the first update I wanted to give you. So you need to be sure that you're following me on TikTok and on Instagram so you get all of the daily tips for this show that I'm putting out now. Because yay. And now this show is going to be released on Tuesdays. So previously it was being released on Mondays. Now you're going to be expecting it on Tuesday. So that's the second update. And the third update is that it's not really an update. I'm continuing solo episodes. That's nothing new, right? We're continuing solo episodes, so giving you really great practical lessons. In fact, episode 64, the next episode, is going to be on revisiting your launch trifecta. So I can't wait to bring you that. But here's the update. I'm also now going to start bringing in very, very special particular guests. And who are these? These are fellow podcasting peers, professional podcasters who I've known for a long time, who are going to be coming to join me and do some 10 to 15 minute deep dives with me on a very specific and particular topic for you. So I already have some really great people lined up. Kate Erickson Dumas is going to be coming in. Also, Alex Sanfilippo from Pod Pros and Pod Match is going to be joining us. The first one, my first pro peer guest is Mark Savant. He's going to be coming in on episode 65, talking about AI and ChatGPT. So that's going to be a really exciting conversation. So that's kind of the biggest update, I think, so far for this show, is that I'm going to start now bringing in guests, but very particular guests who are going to be talking to me about focused areas of conversation that'll help you level up your podcasting. So I'm super excited to introduce all those wonderful voices and people to you, and minds and everything. So other stuff, that's basically, those are the updates for the show. Okay. But other updates in general for me, because I want you to get all the content you can from me, because I'm putting out all kinds of stuff. So one of the shows on Florida Podcast Network, which I own, is called Techsploration. It's exploring tech and innovation spaces thriving under the Florida sun. Well, that was previously hosted by Clarity, Craig and David, who are amazing, amazing guys, but they got really, really busy. So I'm actually taking over the hosting of that show, which I'm really excited about because I am such a nerd. I love talking about tech. I love talking about innovation. I wanted to host the show from day one, but I had too much on my plate. So I'm going to start hosting that show. It's also going to be coming out on Tuesdays. I don't know what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, but that's another one for you to look out for. If you're into tech and innovation, check me out on Techsploration, and some other hosts are going to be filling in on that one as well. Also, another update in general is I'm going to be doing a whole lot more video content. So if you've been part of my community now for a while, you know that Mademoiselle Jaime has been audio only pretty much all the time. So for me to be doing video has taken a process, right? And then I started really dipping into it with these daily TikToks and Instagrams. But now this show is going to be on video as well. So if you're listening to this audio only as you're used to, just be aware that now there will be a video offering of this show on YouTube. So that's really exciting. Of course, also the daily video tips. My daily video tips on Instagram and YouTube are also great. By the way, I'm going to be including 2 of those tips in each episode. So you're going to hear a few of them on this one, but each episode moving forward will have a tip at the top and a tip at the bottom. But make sure you join Instagram and you join TikTok, so you get those, all of them, and you get them on the day they come out, so you don't miss them and you don't get them late. Okay, what else is coming up? Also, one of the things I'm going to be starting to do is I'm really, really excited. This has been on my to-do list since like day 1 of podcasting, right? Sharing some of my stories. I have done kind of everything that you can in terms of podcasting. I've podcasted from a zip line. I've podcasted from underwater. I've podcasted from a race car track. Like, I've podcasted for a rodeo, everywhere, a beach, a cruise. I did several years in a row. I did a 12-hour live radio broadcast that I produced. So I've done kind of a lot of different things, and I've met a lot of different people, and the adventures kind of came about. So I want to share some of those stories. I'm not going to reveal the name of the series yet, but it's going to be a future YouTube series. I cannot wait to bring to you. It's going to be so much fun to share those stories. And perhaps I'll get a couple of my pro podcasting peers to share some of their stories, the ones that they never really reveal behind the curtain too often. So I'm going to bring them in. So that's going to be really fun, really fun. So all of those are really exciting updates. I cannot wait. Thank you again, not only for your patience and waiting for this show to come back for season 3, but also in getting through all these updates with me, because now I want to bring you the value for today. Okay. Because you just heard about how the value of the show and my content offerings in general are going to help you. Everything's leveling up for 2023. But let's get to the value for today specifically. Let's get to that carousel of podcasting tips. This episode is brought to you by my brand, Flintstone Media. Here we go with the carousel of tips. Listen in. You know it. Let's do this. Hey, it's producer Jaime with a quick tip for you today. I am recovering from my wonderful time at Podfest, and actually that is the source of my tip. So my show, Podcasting Your Brand, serves podcasters. So I went to the space that serves podcasters. So that is my tip for you today. Go into the spaces that serve the audiences that serve your show. So in other words, in real life, go into conferences, go to meetup groups, any place that is serving and providing value to the audience that you are trying to attract and provide value to as well. And online, that means going to Facebook groups, social audio spaces, get involved in digital conversations and virtual conferences, where again, you can be known to serve value, the same value that you're giving on your show. And that'll get people to gravitate naturally to your podcast. So take that tip and run with it. This is producer Jaime, FlintstoneMedia.com. My podcasting tip for you today is one of my favorite pieces of advice, and it's top of mind because it came up in a Clubhouse room yesterday. If you are ever feeling unsure of yourself or unsure about whether or not you should start a podcast, continue your podcast, whatever it is, do this one very, very simple thing. I like to do it with a pen and a paper, not a microphone. What is it? It's called brainstorming. Give yourself 10 minutes to just brainstorm your idea. If you're just launching, what this is going to do is give you a runway of ideas to get started with, and you can start your living list of topics that's going to carry you through your podcast. If you're feeling unsure and having some imposter syndrome or feeling like pod fading, this can get your creative juices going again and get you all like enthusiastic about your show. So give yourself a 10-minute brainstorming session every once in a while, and definitely check in with me, producer Jaime, for more free tips every day. It's producer Jaime here, taking a quick break from Florida Huddle from Visit Florida over at Palm Beach County Convention Center to give you your quick tip today. So my quick tip is one of my favorite pieces of advice, as usual. I usually can't say it's my favorite piece of advice. This is really it, okay? And it has nothing to do, it's not specific to podcasting. It's actually something that is just about content creation in general. And I wish I could say it's my own quote, but it's not. And I wish I could say who to attribute it to, but I don't know, because it's been attributed to so many people over the years. But here it goes. Have you ever wondered how long your episodes should be? You're asking, how long should my episodes be? I get this question all the time, and here's the answer. They should be like a mini skirt. Long enough to cover everything, but short enough to keep it interesting. More daily free tips for you coming here on my channel, but also go to FlintstoneMedia.com or listen to my show, Podcasting Your Brand, at podcastingyourbrand.com. Hi, it's producer Jaime. Hey, it's producer Jaime with a quick podcasting tip for you today, and it's all about how do you improve your sound. Well, there are two main considerations. Number one, your echo effect, and number two, your background noise. And so if you want to control that, there are two really main ways that you can do it, two main options. One is being able to really control your environment, which we'll be getting into a little bit later this week. But if you can't control your environment, or it's like kind of limited how much control you have over your recording space, then the second option will suit you best. And that is making sure you use a dynamic microphone as opposed to a condenser microphone, because the dynamic microphone is built to pick up what's right in front of you. So that's you, your mouth, and kind of eliminate everything else. So get yourself a dynamic microphone if you don't yet have one, and come back here for more free tips. Podcastingyourbrand.com. I'm producer Jaime. Does your recorder have a headphone monitoring output? Does your mixer have a TRRS cable input jack? You don't know? Say what, Jaime? What? What are you talking about? Well, that's the tip for you today. It's to get to know your equipment and don't be intimidated by it, because this was a major mental block for me. Was just intimidated. As techie as I am, I was intimidated by all the scientific words that people were using about audio. You can learn all that stuff later, all that nitty-gritty stuff later. The number one thing that you need to do right now, is go to your shelf, your drawer, your wherever, and get your owner's manual and read it. Learn what your equipment can do, because that'll open your mind as to what your show and you can do. More free tips every day right here at podcastingyourbrand.com. I'm producer Jaime. Well, there you have it. There is a sizzle reel of tips to kick us off for season 3. So come back here for every episode moving forward. You'll get 2 of those tips on every one, but be sure that you subscribe. Again, Instagram and TikTok. So you get those tips every single day when they come out, and you get all of them. You don't want to miss a thing. I am so excited. Thanks again for being patient as we get ready for season 3. The next 2 episodes drop next week. We have a solo episode on revisiting your launch trifecta. And also my first pro podcasting peer joins me, well, really, you're my listener, joins us. Mark Savant joins us for that episode. So 2 episodes you're going to get to sink your teeth into next week. So I cannot wait. If you have any questions or want me to give a tip on something specific, just email me, Jaime, Jaime at flintstonemedia.com. Until next time, I'm producer Jaime signing off for now. And remember, the only thing more powerful than your voice is your spirit to use it. So turn that mic on. I did it. Yay, I did it.